ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-Lila, Chapter 1, Text 4. Today we will read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, as today is the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anarpita charim chirat Karunayavatirna kalo. Anarpita charim chirat Karunayavatirna kalo. Samarpaitum unnata ujjvala rasam. Samarpaitum unnata ujjvala rasam. Swabhakti Shriyam Harihi Purata Sundara Dviti Kadamba Sandipitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Va Sachinandanaha Anarpita charim chirat Karunayavatirna kalo. Samarpaitum unnata ujjvala rasam Swabhakti Shriyam Harihi Purata Sundara Dviti Kadamba Sandipitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Va Sachinandanaha Anarpita charim chirat Karunayavatirna kalo. Samarpaitum unnatujjvala rasam Swabhakti Shriyam Harihi Purata Sundara Dviti Kadamba Sandipitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Va Sachinandanaha Anarpita charim chirat Karunayavatirna kalo. Mataji's, anybody? Word to word meaning. Anarpita, not bestowed. Charim, having been formerly. Chirad, for a long time. Karunaya, by the causeless mercy. Avatirna, descended. Kalau, in the age of Kali. Samarpaitum, to bestow. Unnata, elevated. Ujjvala rasam, the conjugal mellows. Swabhakti, of his own service. Shriyam, the treasure. Harihi, the Supreme Lord. Purata, than gold. Sundara, more beautiful. Dviti, of splendor. Kadamba, with a multitude. Sandipitaha, lighted up. Sada, always. Hridaya Kandare, in the cavity of the heart. Spuratu, let him be manifest. Va, your. Sachinandana, the son of Mother Sachi. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has appeared in this age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, that is, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Translation with repetition. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this verse is a very beautiful description of what should be our goal in life. We all have someone in our hearts always, some loved one, some dear ones, so whom we should make a place in our hearts, not just in our hearts, but in the innermost chambers of the heart, in the cavity of the heart, deep within our hearts, who should be placed and why he should be placed deep within our hearts. So this is what Rupa Goswami is writing, and in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj is mentioning. He says, we must place Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deep within our hearts. And why? This is the reason that he is giving. The verse is Anarpita Charim Chirat. Anarpita. Arpita means to give. Anarpita means it was never given. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us something that was never given before. Anarpita. Okay, maybe sometimes in the past it was given. No. Charim Chirat. Charim means in the past. Chirat means for a very, very long time. For a very, very long time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving something which was never given by any incarnation before. And to give this, how did he give this to us? Karunaya avatirna kalo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally descended out of his causeless mercy. He had no reason. God has no reason to descend. God descends out of his causeless mercy. So Karunaya, out of his causeless mercy, avatirna. Avatirna means he descended. When did he descend? Kalau. In this age of Kali. Anarpita charim chirad karunaya avatirna kalau samarpaitum, to give. Anarpita samarpaitum, that which was never given by any incarnation in the past for a very, very long time, for millions and millions of years. So many incarnations have come and gone in the last millions or billions of years. But in the billions of years, all the incarnations who came never gave us what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving us. Samarpaitum, and what is he giving us? Unnata Ujjvala Rasam. He is giving us Unnata. Unnata means the best, not second best, the highest, the topmost. And Unnata Ujjvala Rasam. And he is giving us the Ujjvala Rasam, means a very special taste to relish, a very special mellow to relish and experience. We are all after some tastes, and the taste is what keeps us captivated in the material world. Right now, we all have a material taste. We all have a taste for material things which is keeping us engaged in this material world. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us a very, very special taste, Ujjvala Rasam. And what is that? Swabhakti Shriyam. That taste, that spiritual taste, that ecstatic taste we can get if we Swabhakti Shriyam. He's giving us Swa, his own, the process to practice his own devotional service. Swabhakti. And this devotional service or bhakti of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swabhakti Shriyam. Shriyam means it's the treasure that we should be hankering after. In the material world, we are all hankering after so many different treasures, and that is the taste that we have developed. But the real treasure is the bhakti of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because when you do this, then Unnata Ujjvala Rasam, you will experience an altogether different spiritual taste, a taste that will make you forget all material taste, the highest of the material pleasure that you can think of. It will appear to be worth nothing. And who is he? So, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Swabhakti Shriyam, he is Harihi. He is the same Lord Hari, Krishna. But there is one difference. And what is that? Hari, Krishna, was Shyama Rupa. He was dark complexion. Of course, he was very beautiful. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Harihi, Purata Sundara. Purata Sundara means his complexion is as beautiful as gold, not just as beautiful as gold, more beautiful than gold. Gold is very beautiful to look at, a very beautiful radiance, glow. So Purata Sundara, Purata means more beautiful than molten gold. Purata Sundara, Dviti Kadamba Sandipitaha. Dviti Kadamba Sandipita means like, just like if you have a radiance or many lamps are lit and it'll emanate a bright effulgence. So the golden effulgence that is coming out of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a bright, radiant golden effulgence. And this personality, Hari Purata Sundara Dviti Kadamba Sandipita Sada. Now this is the prayer. Sada, may this wonderful personality, the all merciful personality who has come to give us that which was never given before, the love of Krishna, Krishna Prema, Sada, may he be always Hridaya Kandare. Hridaya Kandare means in the deepest cavity of our heart, in the innermost chambers of our heart, very close to that. Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratuva, may he be manifest in my heart, may he be inside my heart and may he manifest himself to me like this. Sachi Nandanaha. Who's that personality? Hari, he is Sachi Nandana. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, now who has descended as Sachinandan, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is a nice prayer that we can offer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, requesting him to be present with us, to engage in his devotional service. Our prayer today should be, O my Lord Hari, Sachinandan, please help me to be engaged in your devotional service, which is by the process of chanting the holy names of Krishna. So Prabhupada writes, if we place Sachinandan deep inside our heart, then the result will be you will achieve all perfection. You may be thinking that there are so many problems, difficulties in my life today. How will I adjust all these difficulties and issues in my life? Prabhupada says, everything will be automatically adjusted if you place Sachinandan deep inside our heart. That faith we must have, because he is no ordinary personality. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You may be thinking that my past was so bad, my present is so bad, I don't know what will happen in the future. Right? So Prabhupada says, no matter what your past has been, and no matter what you are thinking about your future or what your present is, if you place Sachinandan deep inside your heart by the process of chanting Hare Krishna, then forget the past, that's anyway over. Your present will be beautiful and your future will be bright. The future will be very bright, undoubtedly. So this is the effect of placing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our hearts. So today is the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya appeared on this Falgun Masa, Shukla Paksha Purnima. Today is the Purnima, it's a full moon day of the Falgun Masa. And it was on this day that Lord Chaitanya made a wonderful descent on this planet, Avatirna Kalau, in Navadvip, a place in West Bengal, about 500 years ago. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a very beautiful description of the advent, of the birth, the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, what was happening? What were the different devotees and the general population doing at that time? What was the situation of the country? And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, generally when a great personality appears, what happens? Many guests come, and they will come with many wonderful gifts, and there will be something happening in the house. So what happened when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended? Who are the guests that came? Some very distinguished guests came. to pay respects to him, to offer their prayers, and some guests also came to bless the small child out of love, out of Vatsalya Rasa, and they brought many gifts. And the house of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra, the parents of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was buzzed with many things. So many people were coming, going, so many things were happening. So let us see what exactly was the scene in the house of Sachi Mata just when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So I have a few verses we will chant here, and I request everyone to just join me in the chanting. So at that time it was the lunar eclipse, and lunar eclipse is the time, full moon, lunar eclipse. At least those days it was very much prevalent, even these days it is, that during the eclipse everybody chants the holy names of Krishna. That's the best thing that we should be doing during an eclipse time. It's very auspicious. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose a very auspicious moment. Actually he is God. When he has decided to descend, the moment becomes auspicious. We take birth based on our birth, the stars are calculated. It is a very auspicious moment or inauspicious or whatever. But when the Lord appears, the stars and the planets automatically align themselves to be very auspicious. That is the difference between our appearance and the Supreme Lord's appearance. So when Lord appeared, it was a very auspicious moment, and the entire country was chanting Hare Krishna because it was an eclipse. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose a time they were chanting because it was a lunar eclipse. So he specifically chose a time so that the entire country is chanting, just to show that, or just to focus on this point, that chanting of the holy name is very important, and this is the purpose. The purpose of my descent is to establish the Hare Krishna Sankirtana as the Yuga Dharma. That was the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose this time, when already, even before just when he was about to appear, the whole country was chanting Hare Krishna. So this is the verse please. Jagat bhariya loke bole Hari Hari. Jagat bhariya loke bole Hari Hari. Sheishane Gaura Krishna Bhume Avatari. Sheishane Gaura Krishna Bhume Avatari. So Jagat Bhariya Loke Bole Hari Hari. Entire world was chanting Hari Hari because of the lunar eclipse. And at that moment, when everybody was chanting Sheishane Gaura Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhume Avatari, he descended on this planet. So at that time everybody was chanting. In Bengal especially, I mean everywhere there are different, there are Hindus, there are Muslims, and everybody is there. So we were all chanting, all those following the Sanatan Dharma was chanting, but because they were chanting, seeing them chant in a, imitating in a lighter manner, the Muslims were also chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. They did not stop, because they are saying all the Hindus are chanting, must be something very auspicious, something nice. So in a joking manner, in an imitating them, they were also chanting. But just because they were also chanting, even though it was in an imitating way, they were also blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just see, anybody who chants this Hare Krishna mantra, no matter what you are, what you have been, you will get purified. There is a wonderful pastime of Lord Chaitanya where he blessed Chand Kazi. Kazi was a Muslim and he was blessed, and today if you go to Navadvip today, even today, there is a Chand Kazi Samadhi where he was blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he becomes a devotee, and that although he is a Muslim, he is offered prayers and respect by Hindus because he was blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he chanted the Hare Krishna mantra. So this way, not only entire Navadvip, not only the country, it is said that the celebrations of Lord Chaitanya was going on, appearance of Lord Chaitanya was going on in the heavenly planets also. Not only on planet Earth everyone was chanting, but in the heavenly planet also they were singing and dancing and chanting. It is said, Swarge Vadya Nritya Kore Deva Kutuhali. Swarge, in the heavenly planets, Vadya and Nritya. Vadya means nice singing was happening, and Nritya, devotees were dancing because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was appearing. So this was a speciality of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth celebrations in the upper planets. Next, who all were happy? A nice description of who all were happy on this planet Earth. Verse please. Prasanna hoilo dasha-dika prasanna nadi jala. Prasanna hoilo dasha-dika prasanna nadi jala. Sthavara jangama hoilo anande vihvala. Sthavara jangama hoilo anande vihvala. So who all was happy? Who all were happy? Prasanna hoilo dashadik. In all 10 directions everyone was happy. 10 directions are north, south, east, west. The 4 corners, north, east, northwest, southeast, southwest, and up and down. Our universe, these are the 10 directions which is used to calculate an area in our universe. So all 10 directions were happy. Prasanna nadi jala, and rivers, oceans, everyone, they were all, because they're all personalities, everyone was happy. And not just them, sthavara jangama hoilo anande vivala. Jangama means all moving entities. So all animals, insects, plants, not plants are sthavara, and sthavara. Sthavara means all non-moving entities were also happy. Just imagine the effect or the potency of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that his appearance is making even the non-moving things happy. We have a pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that when in Jagannath Puri, when he goes to pay obeisances to Alarnath, then the stone on which he is paying obeisances, on the floor there was a stone. That stone has melted out of love that is emanating from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental body. So this is the power, this is the power of spiritual force, that anything is possible. If stones can melt, if non-living things can become happy, how is non-living thing becoming happy? Yes, that is possible. So in other words, this is, when we read such statements, this should give us a firm faith and firm conviction that no matter what my situation is, what I am in life today, if I take to this process of chanting Hare Krishna, all my problems will disappear. Not only my problems will disappear, disappearance of problems and distresses are a very small thing. I will be ecstatic, I will be happy. We are all wanting happiness in life. So, and these problems or material miseries and sufferings are bogging us down. But don't worry, don't bother about your distresses, don't bother about your sufferings. We should be concerned, am I chanting Hare Krishna attentively? And am I trying to render devotional service to Lord Gaura Hari? This is what should be bothering us. This is what we should feel distressed about. I want to chant 16 rounds. I want to chant attentively. I am unable to chant attentively. And so if we do that, all our sufferings will completely disappear. Not just disappear, not one or two suffering, all our sufferings will completely disappear. So, next verse. Now this verse describes about his appearance place. Nadiya Udayagiri Purna Chandra Gaura Hari. Nadiya Udayagiri Purna Chandra Gaura Hari. Kripa Kori Hoilo Udaya. Kripa Kori Hoilo Udaya. Papatama Hoilo Nash Trijagater Ullas. Papatama Hoilo Nash Trijagater Ullas. Jagabhari Hari Dhvani Haya. Jagabhari Hari Dhvani Haya. So Nadiya Udayagiri, that is the appearance place. Okay, we can read the translation. Yeah, I don't have the translation here, so that's the translation. So Nadiya Udayagiri, Nadiya is the place where he appeared. And who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Purna Chandra Gaura Hari. He is like the full moon. The full moon is very cooling, very soothing, and it lights up. In the night it is the moon that gives us light. So similarly we are in darkness, and it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who is giving us knowledge. So Purna Chandra Gaura Hari, Kripa Kori Hoilo Udaya. By his mercy he manifested Udaya. And what happened when he appeared? Papa Tama Hoilo Nash. Papa and Tamaha. Papa means all sins. Tamaha means all darkness. Our life is filled with this. Darkness and sins. Hoilo Nash. They were destroyed. And Trijagater Ullas. All the three worlds were full of happiness. Jagabhari Hari Dhvani Hoya. And the whole world was chanting Hare Krishna. The whole world was filled with the chanting of the holy names of Krishna. So this is what happened when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Now, at that time, many other devotees, close associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were also very happy. There were many, because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended, Swaparshada Swiyadhama Avatari, Swaparsh, with his associates he descended. Just like when Krishna descends, he descends with all his associates. So similarly when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended, he descended with all his associates. So the two of the very notable associates, Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur. Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur were at that time in Shantipur, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended in this place, Navadvip. But Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur, they both understood that now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared, it is full moon, the whole world is chanting, and then it was Advaita Acharya whose call, he was loudly calling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend, and he was repeatedly calling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent, there are many reasons. One of the reasons is the loud call, earnest call of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend because he said, Lord, the world is filled with suffering and distresses. People are suffering so much, and the only way to relieve them is to give them your bhakti, your devotional service. And the only one to tell them or to give them is you personally. None of us are, he took on a very humble position saying that none of us are qualified to propagate. Of course they were qualified, but he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you please personally come and give your Swabhakti Shriyam, your devotional service. You please spread the holy names of Krishna. You have to personally descend. So because Advaita Acharya requested like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to spread this Sankirtana Dharma. So Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur, they went to the banks of the Ganges, they took bath in the holy waters of Ganges, and they chanted, they danced, and Advaita Acharya gave lot of charity. He gave charity, mentally also he gave charity. Just like Vasudev, when Lord Krishna descended, Vasudev wanted to give charity. Charity means the best charity is cows. How did Vasudev give charity of cows? Because Vasudev was in the prison at that time, right? He mentally donated 10,000 cows. And it is said that when you mentally also give charity with the proper frame of, that is also charity. There is no difference between, of course we are not that mentally prepared, we should not always give mental charity. We should give charity within our means. But at that time Vasudev was imprisoned, and so he mentally offered 10,000 cows. So Advaita Acharya also, as far as his means were, he offered a lot of charity to Brahmanas, and they were all happily chanting, dancing. All the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time were engaged in doing three things when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended. What were those three things? They were chanting, they were dancing, and they were giving charity when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Now, all this was happening. Now, the guests start coming. Who are the guests that come to see Lord Chaitanya and to bless the child and to offer his respects? Of course, everyone in Navadvip came, because that was the place that he was born, but there were some very special guests, distinguished guests, and those guests are mentioned: Savitri, Gauri, Saraswati, Sachi, Rambha, Arundhati. Who are these guests? They are all guests from the heavenly planets. They actually came. One is that in the heavenly planet celebrations were happening, and the other thing is, from the heavenly planet celestial personalities descended and they came to the house of Sachi Mata, because it was a no ordinary event that was happening. The Lord is descending personally. It's just like, imagine, if Krishna descended 5,000 years back, what it would be? It was more than that. Because when Krishna descended, Krishna did not give Krishna prema. Krishna demanded surrender, he demanded so many things, but he still did not give his love. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was descended to give his love. To know a person is one thing, but to deal with the person in a loving exchange, in that mood, is completely another thing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very special. He is Krishna, but in a sense more than Krishna, because he gave us something that even Krishna did not give: love of his own self, love of Godhead. So Savitri is the wife of Lord Brahma. Gauri, the wife of Lord Shiva. Saraswati, the wife of Lord Narsimha Deva. Sachi, the wife of King Indra. So, consorts of Brahma, Shiva, Narsimha, Indra, the king of heaven, all of them appeared. Rambha, Arundhati. Arundhati is the wife of the great sage Vasishtha. Rambha is a celestial dancing girl. And Arajato Deva Narigan, and all others, women and devatas, all of them appeared. And they appeared with what? Nana Dravya Patra Bhari. They all came with, they filled their patras, their containers, with lot of gifts, wonderful items, to offer to Sachi Mata for the pleasure of them and Gaura Hari. And now when all of them came, when wife of Lord Brahma, wife of Lord Shiva, Indra, all of them came, then they personally met. It's not that they came they just appeared with without any forms. No, they came as it is, but they came disguised, because they were great personalities. So all the ordinary people of Navadvip, they saw them as respectable Brahmana ladies in the neighborhood. But they were actually all celestial ladies dressed in that way, appearing from the heavenly planets, from the upper planets. And then, not just in the heavenly planet, but in the entire outer space, Gandharva Loka, Siddha Loka, Charana Loka, all of them were offering their prayers to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were singing and dancing. It is said that in Navadvip, many people came, and they were also singing, dancing, chanting, and there's something known as professional blessers. They just come to bless. They are very qualified people, although they are professional. So their profession is only to bless wherever there is a marriage ceremony happening, or a childbirth happening, or some auspicious ceremonies happening. So they were also invited. These people live by receiving charity, and they live a very sattvic life. and they are also very, pure devotees of Lord Krishna. So all of them came and they were all dancing and they were all chanting, and so in the house of Sachi Mata at that time, so many people were coming, going, chanting, dancing, talking, many things were happening. So next verse. Keba ashe, keba jai, keba nache, keba gaye. Keba ashe, keba jai, keba nache, keba gaye. संभालीते नारे कारे बोल, खंडीले का दुख शोक प्रमोद पूरित लोक, खंडीले का दुख शोक प्रमोद पूरित लोक, मिश्रा होइलो आनंद विवला, मिश्रा होइलो आनंदे विह्वला. Translation. So, can somebody please read this? Can't, my vision is not there, I don't. Can somebody read it loudly? So, keba ashe, keba jai. Who is coming, who is going? Keba nache, keba gaye. Who is dancing, who is singing? And sambhalite na kare bol. Nobody was understanding what language people are talking, because all denizens of the heavenly planets were there. So all these people are coming, going, singing, chanting, dancing. So many people were there. There was like this, it was all filled with people. Nobody was understanding anything. But what was happening? Khandileka dukha shoka. All dukkha, all shoka, distress, unhappiness was dissipated. And pramoda purita loka, everybody was full of happiness. Pramoda purita, full of happiness. And Mishra hoilo anande vivala. And Jagannath Mishra was also very happy, because when he's seeing, oh, so many people are coming and so many people are going, he understood that my child is not an ordinary child. So many people have come and they are offering prayers, they are chanting, they are singing, they are dancing. My child must be someone very special. Then, when all this was happening, different devotees were giving charity. At that time, Jagannath Mishra, the father of Lord Chaitanya, also gave charity. Now, how much charity did Jagannath Mishra give? What can you give as charity? This is an important philosophical point. How much charity can you give? Can somebody say, how much charity can you give? At most we can give, how much? All that you possess. Anybody here ready to give charity all that you possess? Anybody? This girl is very intelligent. She is raising her hand. We cannot give because we are not prepared. We are not that surrendered. Jagannath Mishra, he was receiving many gifts, because different people gave him many gifts. He gave in charity all the gifts that he received and all that he possessed. So all his possessions plus all that he gave away everything. So how could Jagannath Mishra come to this position of just giving away everything in charity? Because he was experiencing a transcendental happiness. That all this material belongings, material possessions became a trivia to him. It is as if it is nothing. Because the happiness that he was experiencing by the birth of Lord Chaitanya, by having Lord Chaitanya, was so great that he didn't have any issues or anything. He didn't even think, oh, I'm giving away everything. what is going to happen? Because God is with me. If God is with you, you have to worry about anything? Nothing. We keep our possessions because we are worried. This is what is going to help me. I am dependent on them. This is going to be my protection. My possessions are my protector. But when I have Krishna with me, then, now this cannot be artificially practiced, right? So in the same way, we all try to become, one of the principles of devotion, one of the principles of devotional services, we should try to renounce material things. Now, renunciation of material things is not possible artificially unless and until we have Krishna with us. Because when we give up something, then there is a vacuum. Because something we have given up, it has to be filled up with something else. If it is filled up with something else, then giving up is very easy. So similarly, if we truly want to practice renunciation, then the way to practice renunciation is by getting deeply attached to something else. If you want to be disassociated or be detached from material things, you have to be attached to spiritual things. And that attachment is the attachment for Lord Chaitanya, because then it becomes so easy. So Jagannath Mishra, he just gave away everything in charity. Then many other great personalities also came, and they all came with many auspicious items like haldi, kumkum, turmeric, banana, coconuts. This was the Vedic culture at that time. They would bring, these days if we go to visit somebody, we will go with modern things. We will go with chocolates and we will go with many different things. Of course the world has changed now. But during those times, this is what, of course chocolates didn't exist also during those times. So haldi, kumkum, turmeric, banana, coconuts, this was the Vedic culture. So many different personalities were coming and giving wonderful gifts. Sita Devi, the wife of Advaita Acharya, she brought very special gifts for Lord Chaitanya. She got many golden ornaments, it is mentioned, bangles, armlets, necklaces, and she got a tiger nail set in gold. Tiger nails are very auspicious, it protects you from all danger. So naturally that Vatsalya Bhav, a small child is born, he should be protected from all danger. So tiger nails set in gold, silk clothes, silk saris, gold, silver coins, and many auspicious items like this she brought. And she was astonished to see the features of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said about the features of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was just born. He's a newborn baby. And it is said, Dekhiya balaka tham sakshat gokula kana. Dekhiya balaka thama. Seeing the features of that balaka Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, sakshat gokula kana. Kana means Lord Krishna. So he appeared exactly like Krishna. That small baby, when Krishna was born, he appeared exactly like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only one difference was Varna Matra Dekhi Viparita. Varna Matra, his color was Hari Purata Sundara. He was golden in complexion. And Sarva Anga Sunirmana, his whole body was very auspicious, very beautifully constructed. Sarva Anga Sunirmana, Suvarna Pratima Bhana, and he was appearing like Suvarna Pratima. Suvarna Pratima means he was looking like a deity of gold, if you have. So he was looking like a golden personality. And Sarva Anga Sulakshana Maya, his whole body was full of auspicious signs. And like this, it is said that Vatsalyera Dravila Hridaya, seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of Vatsalya Rasa, Sachi Mata's heart melted. She was extremely happy seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So she is a very elderly lady. She is blessing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the blessing that she gives to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she places fresh grass and paddy on his head, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's head, and she blesses Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear child, may you have a long life. Sort of loving devotion out of Vatsalya Bhava. Of course, he is God, he is eternal, but she is blessing like that. And we all know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was given the name Nimai. So who gave him the name Nimai? It was Sita Devi, the wife of Advaita Acharya, who gave him the name Nimai because he was born under a neem tree. And he was also called Nimai. Neem is very auspicious. It is an antiseptic, and near a neem tree there are no ghosts or any inauspiciousness connected with a neem tree. So neem tree is very, very auspicious. So Sita Mata gave him the name Nimai. And Sita Mata honored both Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, and they also in turn honored Sachi Mata, and then Sachi Mata went back home in a very pleasant mood. Then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, a few days after that, there were very auspicious birth signs that were seen on his body. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born at a very auspicious moment, and not only that, he was the time that he was born was auspicious, and also there were many auspicious signs on his body. It is said that there are many auspicious, your body, if your body is constructed in a particular way, it shows whether you are a great personality or not. Srila Prabhupada had some things like that. So the birth signs were Mahapurushera Chinna, Lagna Ange Bhinna Bhinna, Dekhi. So it was said, Ei Tari Be Samsara. Ei, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will Tari Be, he will deliver the whole world. This was the prediction when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, that he is no ordinary personality, he will deliver the whole world. And what were the auspicious signs? On the soles of his feet were signs of Shankha, Chakra, flag, fish and thunderbolt. These are all considered to be very auspicious. And on his body there were 32 symptoms of a great personality. 32 symptoms. And what were these 32 symptoms? 5 parts. In your body there are some parts which should be in a particular way. Some parts should be large, some parts should be fine, some parts should be reddish. So when you have these, this shows that you are a great personality. In Kali Yuga, we don't have any of these, not even one. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had all of them. Not 1, 2 or 3, all of them together. These 32 symptoms that were present on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body were 5 parts are supposed to be large. And those 5 parts are nose, arms, chin, eyes and knees. They should be large, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had them large. 5 parts are supposed to be fine, very fine. And Mahaprabhu had that. They are skin, fingertips, teeth, hair on the body and hair on the head. 7 parts are supposed to be reddish. Eyes, soles, palms, palate, nails and upper and lower lips. He had them. 6 parts are supposed to be raised. And they were his chest, shoulders, nails, nose, waist and mouth. 3 parts are supposed to be small. The neck, the thighs and the male organ. 3 parts are supposed to be broad. Waist, forehead and chest. 3 parts are supposed to be very grave. And those grave parts which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had were the navel, the voice and existence. His whole construction, this personality is very grave. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a child also, although he was a child, that could be seen in him. And so all together these were the 32 parts of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu which proved that he was a great personality. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, many great personalities came, they blessed him, they offered him wonderful gifts. Jagannath Mishra gave away everything in charity, he was so happy, and this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his divine descent in the house of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. So this is the story. It is said that anybody who hears this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth, what will happen? Ye iha karaye shravana. Whoever hears this story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent, ye iha karaye shravana, she paye tahara charana. He obtains she paye tahara charana. Tahara means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. So if you want to Here, if we want to attain the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we simply have to hear the wonderful pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That itself will make us get his lotus feet. And this is the last verse in this chapter. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj is writing, we should take this devotional service to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very seriously. We have to realize it is not an ordinary thing that we have got. We are the most blessed and we have received the rarest of the rare thing. So we should take this up seriously. And in spite of having received, okay, can you please go back to the, okay, you are there. So, okay, I will read it. Yeah. Paya manusha janma yena shune gaura guna. One who has obtained the human life, paya manusha janma yena shune gaura guna. If you do not hear about the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's qualities, heno janma tar vyartha holo. This human form of life is vyartha. It is useless. Paya amrita dhuni. Amrita dhuni means we have obtained, amrita means nectar. We have obtained not just some nectar, little nectar, we have obtained amrita dhuni. Amrita dhuni means we are in a river of nectar. There is a river of nectar flowing. But although I have obtained this river of nectar, piye visha garta pani. Visha garta pani means in a ditch, in a dirty ditch, if some water is lying, that's like a poison. We are drinking that. Janmiya shekeno nahi moila. So, even though he has taken birth, he ought to have died. Because in spite of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy being available to us in the simple form of chanting his holy names, if we do not take to that, then we are wasting our lives uselessly. It is like we are killing ourselves. That's why Prabhupada used this word soul killing civilization. We are living in a soul killing civilization because this civilization is not teaching us how to practice devotional service, bhakti to God, bhakti to Krishna, bhakti to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and so we are killing ourselves. So this is the way Janma Leela Gaila Krishna Das. Krishna Das is singing the birth pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So just to end, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that if you just chant this Hare Krishna mantra, iha hoite, by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, sarva siddhi hoibe tomar. In material, sarva siddhi means we will attain all perfection. There will be no perfection that you will not have if you chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Sarva siddhi. In material world also, in our material life, all trying to attain some perfection in something. Perfection in our work, perfection in our different things, perfection in material possession. I want to attain more, I want to accumulate more, I want to be best in my work. By getting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, this is not for, we should not be worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or engaging in his devotional service for material perfection, but it is said that even material perfections will come. But when those material perfections come, we will not be bothered about them. Because the spiritual perfection that we would have attained would be so great, so relishable, that we will just absorb ourselves and we will feel transcendental happiness. So if we want to attain that position of experiencing transcendental happiness, forgetting all our distress, all our miseries, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only shelter. There is no other shelter. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving himself to us simply by this process of chanting the holy names of Krishna. All that we need to do is to hear the mantra attentively, distinctly chant the mantra. Three things that we have to remember: loudly chant, uchchai sware, so that we can hear and clearly chant. Just by this process of loud and clear chanting, hearing attentively, we will attain all perfection in our life. And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he descended to teach us and to bless us with. So we will end here. Srimad-Bhagavatam ki, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Gaura Purnima ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.